Phillies, your local hometown station and the home of the Breads and Phillies, WCYN, 1400 AM and 101.3 FM.
It's Friday, June the 26th, and we welcome you to Coffee Break here on WCYN 1400 and 101.3. Today's show is being brought to you by Cockrell's Auto Center, Sorrel Home Medical Equipment, Hinton Mills, Smith's Florist and Greenhouse, El Periquita Mexican Restaurant, and E. Waltz Grocery. Now we'll say good morning to our host, Mr. Doug Miller.
And I'll tell you what, folks, it was a bad hair day for me, Trent, because of this rain. It's 69 degrees out there looking at now.
That's why you got that sharp-looking cap on.
That's right. I had to put my hat on. That's right. Think they'll like that on YouTube?
Of course they will.
Hey, by the way,
thousands of comments.
Have you ever been to Madison Square Garden?
No, sir. I've never been to New York City.
I got to find somebody that knows about the parking and stuff up there. You know, I got that invitation to the wedding.
Oh, Taylor and Travis.
Yeah, and then I've got another problem. I don't know what to get them. Do we have any tickets to the fair in there or anything? I could
probably scrounge some
up.
Well,
maybe Taylor could come to the fair.
Give him $10 a Snappy. That'll help out.
And some L81. How about that?
I'll give him a six-pack.
Kelsey,
just for them.
He'll play better next year on that stuff. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Coffee Break. If you got your invitation, what now?
I was just going to say, mentioning weather. It's going to be a pretty nasty day. Yeah. Probably looking at rain off and on, not consistent, but some storms later too. I think today is the bulk of it. Probably still have a chance tomorrow as well, but today's the wet and wild one.
No mowing today.
Nope, got it done yesterday.
Unless you got a funny and belly mower on an airboat or something. You know. But no, I don't know. There's news that they're going to get married at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, I'd heard that too.
Doesn't that place hold about 50 or 60,000 or something like that?
Say something like that.
Oh well. Anywho,
on
Coffee Break this morning, we have the Commonwealth's Attorney of the 18th Judicial Circuit, the one and only Mike Laws, and of course he prosecutes all felony cases, and not only in Harrison but in Pendleton, Nicholas, and Robertson counties. And we had a change in scheduling. Michael and Trent told me that he called you last night, and I said, I'm surprised he came in. I've aggravated the hell out of him all week. You haven't seen me too much for a year and a half, and I think you saw me for 3 days this week. Is that right?
I think so.
Yeah, get a little bit closer on your mic, or Mikey. There you go. We've got Mike on the mic now. But no, I was telling Trent earlier in the week that you were helping me with my continuing education because I needed some hours, and, I was debating, maybe going inactive or something, but I decided to keep the gun loaded. You never know, right? And how's things over there with you and the crew at the Commonwealth Attorney's Office? Everything going all right?
Things are going well. We've been busy over the last few months, but the crew over at the Commonwealth Attorney's Office is doing well. Of course, for anybody that doesn't know, our staff is comprised of First Assistant Commonwealth Attorney James Stone, Victim Advocate Sheila Wiley, Executive Administrative Assistant Jennifer Terhune, and then Commonwealth's Detective Alan Judy. So I've got a great staff over there.
Good staff.
Absolutely. Yeah. And
you got the riffraff out of there a year and a half ago, right? Yeah. Throwed me out on the street.
I like to think you just made a change in life and decided to take some well-deserved time off.
Well, I'm still here doing this, as you see. So
absolutely,
that keeps my mind going in the morning. Well, now Mike, some of the most difficult trials that we had to deal with, not because the facts and the law is always there, but dealing with the victims and the people involved are sex offense crimes. And I understand and hear that you just had a really, really strong verdict on a trial that you and Mr. Stone tried here in Harrison County. Is that right? And I know there's always limits as to what you can say and everything, but talk about it as much as you can, Mike. Yeah.
So we just did have a jury trial back on the 11th and 12th of this month. and it was a child sex abuse case, and we tried that case before a jury here in Harrison County, and the defendant was convicted, and the jury recommended a 20-year sentence, which was the maximum under the law that he was facing. He was charged with a Class C felony, which is punishable by 5 to 10 years, and he was charged with two Class D felonies, which are punishable by 1 to 5 years. And so then what they did was they gave him the max on each of the penalties, and then they ran those penalties consecutively for a total of 20 years. So now,
when they go consecutive, that means that they've got the message, right?
It means that they believe that the offense is sufficiently serious to give the maximum penalty. So, but in child sex abuse cases, is there ever enough time that you can give an individual? I would argue no. Children that are victims of child sex abuse they essentially face a life sentence. So I impressed that upon the jury in my closing argument. But would we like to have gotten more? Yes. We got as much as we could get.
You got everything
under
you
the
could
statute.
get. Yeah, you maxed it out, as we say in the business. Well, and the child sex abuse cases are just so gut-wrenching. And as you know, I did it with you many times when I was Commonwealth attorney. The first thing you got to address there is the victim. And we have, these young people. They can be anywhere from 5 years old maybe to, 20. Some of them are older, talking about things that happened when they were younger. But we have to get them in the office. We got to get their parents or whoever's taking care of them in there and go over that case with these young people. And as you know, I'm sure you had the same opinion as me. You got to put them on the witness stand, almost,
Well,
and it's difficult to get a kid ready to do that and to help the kid find the strength to do that.
You absolutely have to have a victim that's willing and able to testify, because under the Constitution, the defendant has a right to confront their accusers, and so they have to take the stand and testify. Now, there are certain accommodations that we can make.
Yeah, I'll talk about if they're under 12, if I remember right.
So if you have a young child, there are accommodations that can be made if they can't, testify in the open courtroom in the presence of the defendant. We can make certain accommodations where they would be testifying via like closed circuit or make other accommodations for them. So, but in this particular case, we had two young ladies that were able to testify. One was as young as 8 or 9 when some of the offenses happened, and then the other young lady was 13 when these things occurred. So, it was a difficult experience, obviously, for both of them, but they were tremendously brave. And our goal is that we want to have a victim central approach where we try and prepare them as much as we can for the experience. Obviously, anytime something like this happens, it's a traumatic experience, but we want to try and make them as comfortable as possible. Yeah. And part of that's showing them the courtroom ahead of time, letting them see where everyone's going to be in the courtroom, and doing what we can to get them ready.
Well, I know you do the same thing, but we always took them over there prior to trial, put them in the witness stand, let them see where everything's going to be. And, there was always a dilemma there, conundrum, if you will, where, a lot of times in these cases we'll have someone that's helping the child, a counselor or a therapist or something. And I know we've heard this many times. I know you still hear it. Well, we don't want to make it worse on the child by putting them through this. And we got to say, well, we got to put the kid through this, or this guy's going to get loose, or this woman's going to get loose, whoever the perpetrator is. And there's a fine line in there. We don't want to make it worse, but then we always wonder, do they ever get over it, Mike? And of course, after they get the prosecution's over and they go out there with the rest of their life, all we can do is hope. But it's difficult making that decision, isn't it, Mike? I mean,
it is.
And you don't want to take the case unless the worst thing you can do is lose one of them, because then the kid will never, you know what I'm saying, never talk again.
And that's a risk that you run in these type of cases. Of course, you also have to approach these cases with the belief that at least we're going to give it our best
shot,
effort,
and
try and get some justice for these children. So, but yeah, like I said, it was a difficult trial, an emotional trial, but we appreciate the jury and their careful consideration of the case, and they went back and deliberated. Probably the fastest
you
verdict.
told me it was really fast.
I think somebody had mentioned it was. They probably deliberated on the guilt phase for less than 15 minutes.
You got that one over the rail, didn't you? Congratulations, really.
Thank you.
Now, did you miss having me around in a way over there when you were trying this case?
I did, and I tried to borrow some of the things that I'd seen you do.
Oh, really?
In trial.
That makes me feel good. Thank you.
I think as an attorney, if you
that's what I did. You got to learn from others. You really do. Yeah.
You do. You have to learn from others. You take bits and pieces from each of the attorneys that you've practiced with, from you, from Doug Wright, from other attorneys that I was around, Jack Keith, other folks that I respected a great deal, and you try and you borrow things from each of those folks. So,
well, I wasn't worried about you at all, because, as you know, from day one when we started working together, 15 or 16 years ago, 16 now, Mike, I guess, almost 17, believe it or not. But we always did it together, 50-50. At least we tried to do that. So, somebody asked me, I don't know if it was one of the lawyers around here or what, when this case was coming up, Mike and James are getting ready to try this case, and I'm not worried about it. I wasn't worried about you. You could have done it before I left.
Well, I appreciate
that.
that.
And did in many cases. But, excuse me, I got choked on the rain, Mike. One thing, and I won't say it surprised me because I knew it was out there, but when I became Commonwealth's attorney, I was surprised at how many of those types of cases we have here in Middle America Bible Belt. And is it changed? Is the numbers of the child offense and sex offense cases still there, Mike?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, it's something that is not going to go away.
Yeah.
What we do is we try, and each of these cases that we get, we when we bring them in, we screen them. We try and see what avenues of investigation that we can obtain to try and strengthen these cases, and so we've even gone back and re-examined some old cases, and in an effort to try and see if we can make some of these older cases that maybe haven't been able to be prosecuted. We see if there's anything that can be done on them. So.
Yeah. Of course, I'll go back and say, hey, is it still this way? It's still that way a lot this morning. But off of that subject and onto another subject that was gut-wrenching because of the damage we had to witness it being done in our society, fentanyl.
Yeah.
Is that still the major thing we're prosecuting in terms of, and is it still out there? I know that meth's back a little bit, and talk about the drug situation a little bit. We're fighting there.
Methamphetamine and fentanyl are the two drugs that we probably see the most.
Mike, we have to take a time out.
Absolutely.
But I remember when
Sorry
I started
about that,
with
Mike.
pills.
No, you're fine.
It was pills, and then they move on. But we'll talk about that.
Sure.
By the way, your Commonwealth's attorney is on coffee break this morning. If you have a question, comment, or greeting from Michael Laws, 859-234-1400 is the number to get your text in. And hey, it's raining out there today. And I'll tell you one thing about Mike. You throw him the question, he'll answer it.
I'll do my best.
And unless it's something that we can't or he can't talk about.
Yes.
Because of an ongoing prosecution or case. But, hey, coffee break quarter 2 after this.
Recovering from the trauma of a car accident is stressful enough. Finding a good repair shop shouldn't make it worse. Cockrell's Auto Center on US 27 South has been at the same location since July 1981. And with 10 technicians, you will get your repair work done right the first time in a timely manner. So take the anxiety of repair off your shoulders and allow Cockrell's Auto Center certified technicians to return your vehicle to its original condition. Cockrell's Auto Center, locally owned and operated since 1981.
Come and listen to my story about the boys named Clough. They grew up fast, they grew up tough. Then one day Harm said to his heirs, it's time to take over the little store at Lair. Ewalt's Grocery, that is. Carhartt coats, pocket tees. Well, the next thing you know, there's clothes everywhere. The kinfolk said, sell boots, we'll buy a pair. Ewalt's for all the family, 'cause they loaded up the store with everything you need. Clothing, that is. Carhartt, Mossy Oak. For the best selection of Carhartt clothes, there is no doubt. It's Ewalt's Grocery on 27 South, just past the fairground at the bottom of the hill. Tell them I sent you and get a good deal. Well, now it's time to say goodbye to the boys out at Lair. They'd like to thank you folks for kindly shopping there. You're all invited back at any time you know, just to hear them say, have a good one, bro. Ewalt's. Set a spell. Try some boots on. Y'all come back now, you hear?
Ewalt's Grocery at Lair Station has the biggest names in footwear. Carhartt, Georgia, Muck, Timberland, John Deere, and Irish Setter.
Saturday, July 25th. It's Cynthiana Bike Fest, presented by Man O' War Harley Davidson in Lexington. It's a fun-filled day full of bikes, music, family, and fun. All in downtown Cynthiana. Live music all day, a free kids zone, kids power wheel races, a sound system competition, and pro wrestling to round out the day. Registration begins at 10 a.m. Cynthiana Bike Fest, Saturday, July 25th, downtown Cynthiana.
If you have a comment or a suggestion for an upcoming coffee break program, call 234-1400 or send us a message at the coffee break page on our website at WCYN.com.
On Coffee Break this morning, it's your Commonwealth's Attorney, Michael Laws, with me. And by the way, Mike, I'm glad you had a hearing or seeing somebody today, so you're in your lawyer's armor there.
Yes, sir.
With the tie and all. And I want to
Looking
congratulate
very
you.
dapper.
Yes, yes.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, you know, we're on YouTube and Facebook now. You see the camera apparatus there.
Yeah.
So you're looking good.
Thank
you
you.
see how I look. I told Trent, I'm going to have to dress better for the show, and I keep forgetting. But it's either a Relay for Life T-shirt, a U of L T-shirt, or a suit. That's about all the clothes I have. So I'm going to wear a suit in here one day.
There you go.
Be somebody,
Yeah.
Hey, Summer of Winning is ongoing. Summer of
Yes.
Winning 26. And
Two winners today.
two winners today. And we've been talking about how you pronounce the Mexican restaurant.
El Periquitan.
It's El Periquitan.
Okay.
And I'm not going to say the other way that I said it. because-
Eyes or E's in Spanish.
There you go.
Periquitan.
Trent has researched this, and
Well, I took 4 years of Spanish in high school.
I didn't know that.
I did. I cannot
Really?
speak it very well, but I know some stuff.
So you habla español then? Paco, yeah.
Pequeño?
Pequeño.
Pequeño, is that the word? Yeah. Thank you, Mike.
Yeah.
I'll let you guys speak in Spanish.
Like I said, I don't speak it, but
Yeah.
I understand a little bit of it.
Summer of Winning, folks. Hey, go see one of our good friends, sponsors, and advertisers here on WCYN. We'll read the list here. But right now, Trent,
Yes.
you have something to give away for our winner from El Periquitan.
El Periquitan, yes.
Yes.
I dropped by last night and got a winner, and
Okay.
her name is Marlena Crawford.
All righty.
So congratulations, Marlena. You will win a 6-pack of L81, $10 to Snappy Tomato Pizza, and you're also going to get a jar of L81 salsa. And we have a new concern with us now, Tropical Ice over
yeah?
on Walnut Street.
Yeah.
And they've jumped on board, and each winner from here on out will get a $10 gift certificate to Tropical Ice.
Well,
as
I'm going to have to add this to my notes
I think
here.
I added it too.
Did you? Well, anyway, I've got it on here now.
You just have to read it.
Okay, well, yeah, gosh, Mike, you know how I hate to read. Mike, you say,
Maybe,
read this, Miller.
Maybe I didn't add it. Maybe I didn't add it to the.
It's not on this one, but
to the prize.
I'm up to date now.
Yeah.
You too can win, ladies and gentlemen. All you got to do is go to one of these good friends, sponsors, and advertisers here on WCYN. They bring you local radio, okay? But go see them, talk to them, trade with them. But before you leave, put your name and contact information on a little piece of paper, drop it in the vat at Snappy Tomato Pizza in Cynthiana. Printed vinyl for you. Cynthiana Hardee's. Good morning out at Hardee's today. They listen to us at Hardee's, Mike, and at Thrift Food Mart, and I think some other places around town.
They sure do.
As well they should.
And our boys out at Ewalt's.
Ewalt's Grocery. Good morning out there today at Ewalt's. Yeah, they have us on out there. When we play the music, they dance at Ewalt's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah, they got a dance floor out there now with the lights on the bottom and everything. Yeah. Tropical Ice, it's on here. Yeah, it's on the list now.
I got it on that one, not the other.
Yeah. Smith's Florissant Greenhouse in Paris, and we'll be talking to Crystal or somebody there later on today at halftime. So we're going to do it again. And El Pericaton.
I also forgot that our winners, all of our winners this week, also received a family fun 4-pack of tickets to Kentucky Kingdom.
How about that?
Yeah.
We're just giving it all away.
And then next week we'll have we'll do all of our winners, and then one of those winners will receive those 4 tickets on Friday.
There you go. So if you've registered at Smith's Florissant Greenhouse over in Paris, stay tuned. We're going to make a winner there at halftime. And Mike, it's hang on a second. They're going to save some of that L81. That's what I'm going to take up there to Madison Square Garden for Taylor.
Okay.
Kelsey for their wedding gift. We'll put a bow on it or something.
Yeah.
Maybe wrap it in some pink paper or something. But I wonder if she's ever had an L81.
I'm gonna guess no.
Think so? Think not, huh? Okay. Well, it's high time she did. Mike, you have. By the way, the text line's open. If you have a question, comment, or greeting for your Commonwealth's Attorney Michael Laws. 859-234-1400. If somebody has already used that opportunity, Mike, to ask the following. This is interesting. Good morning. Why did Mike want to become a prosecutor? And we had a different background. I was a litigation trial lawyer. And I did criminal defense work, negligence, about anything you can think of, as you know, for about 35 years before I became Commonwealth's attorney, which I never planned on. You're different. You planned on it, didn't you?
Yeah, so when I was in law school, they had an opportunity where you could do what was called an externship. Through one of my courses, I was able to extern with the Kenton County Attorney's Office, which is the misdemeanor prosecutor up in Kenton County. At the time, it was Gary Edmondson. And so I externed there, which allowed me to do legal research. It allowed me to actually handle some preliminary hearings where you present evidence and the judge makes a probable cause finding in a felony criminal case before it gets sent to the grand jury. So I was able to do that and really just developed a passion for prosecuting criminal offenses. And at that point in time, I decided that's what I would really like to do. And when I graduated from law school and passed the bar, I sent out letters to all the different prosecutors' offices in a radius, and Doug Wright had just gotten appointed as the Commonwealth's attorney when Jack Keith retired, and he called me up and offered me a position, and the rest is history. So.
Doug Wright, a good guy and a good lawyer and a good prosecutor.
Yep,
and
great friend.
For people that are wondering how this all played out, if they were born yesterday and didn't know the local news, unfortunately, after he'd been in office, a couple of years, I think, wasn't it?
2.5 years.
Was you as his assistant. Doug was killed in an automobile accident within a mile of his home.
Yep.
He'd pulled over to make a phone call or something and was literally run over by a tractor-trailer truck, and that was a shock to everyone. And that's when Judge Bob McGinnis more or less drafted me. He said you got to have somebody who can try the cases, and I was able to do that. And I will say this: without Mike, I couldn't have done it because Mike had, knew the office and knew how to run the office, and I could shoot off my mouth and try cases, but there were a lot of gaps at Mike Field, and we worked. I know when you were sworn in, and I gave a little speech over there. I told people, I said, really. and I don't mind saying this, we were co-Commonwealth attorneys when I was in office, and I've always appreciated. Now, by the way, that question is from Miss Danielle Sipple. She's been wondering about you.
No.
Tell people who she is and how you work with her and the DPA.
So Danielle does work with the DPA. She's the alternative sentencing worker there, and she tries to get individuals into treatment and tries to give the judge information when the judge is making a decision on whether or not to impose a sentence or whether or not to revoke probation and things of that nature. So she works closely with those defendants and tries to give the judge good information so that he can make an informed decision. So she does good work out there with the public defenders. We're blessed.
We couldn't do it without that office. I mean, really.
Absolutely.
And tell them why, Mike.
Well, every defendant has the right to an attorney, and if they can't afford one will be appointed to them. And the vast majority of our folks are represented by the public defender's office here in
over 90%, I'd say.
So,
anymore,
and they do great work. The attorneys that are in that office are hardworking folks, and we do our best to work with them. Obviously, they're representing the defendant. They're trying to get a good outcome for the defendant, but obviously, we work closely with them as far as trying to make sure that they have all the discovery that they're supposed to have and whatnot. So, but we appreciate all the folks there at the public defender's office and the hard work that they do.
And as you say, obviously, it's a adversarial situation. However, we work with them and have to, even in an adversarial manner. And people say, "Oh, good night. Well, we're paying tax money to give lawyers to criminals and all that." Well, that's because we live in a society where we're civil and have some rights, and you have a right to adequate representation when you're accused of a crime. And if they weren't there, it would be a real mess, Mike, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, one of the things that I'd stress to you is that if you're looking at some of the attorneys that have the most experience,
that's them.
as far as how many criminal cases have they handled, you're not going to find folks that have handled more as far as volume criminal cases than the folks at the public defender's office.
And they do it every single day. It's a specialty, we've dealt with a lot of individuals, attorneys that were private counsel. Some of them we knew well, and they're good. But I want to tell you something. The public defenders made us work. It made me work, and I know they still make you work, and that's the way it should be. And so you think we've said enough nice about them, Mike?
No, I think that they're great
they're not
folks.
Our enemy, they're our opposition. Let's put it that way. And there's a big difference.
We both have jobs to do. They don't always like what I have to say or what
they're not supposed to.
what I'm trying to accomplish, and likewise I may not like what they're trying to accomplish in a given case, and we may butt heads on that, but we always do it in a respectful manner, and that's one of the things in our circuit. We're in a circuit where everybody, I feel like, is doing their best. They're all working hard to fulfill the role that they're in to the best of their abilities, and all the way down from Circuit Judge William Virax.
I can't get used to calling him William.
Yeah, and the folks at the DPA office, to our probation and parole officers, to, like I said, the staff at my office. Everybody is pulling their weight and doing the best that they can. So,
and the officers, back to the DPA, the public defenders, people would used to call me up and say, "Well, you're prosecuting so and so," and I kind of know them. They got one of them public defender lawyers. Is that okay? I said, "Yeah, they'll squeeze everything they can out of it." As do we. It's an adversarial system that we have. And that's the way it is, and it's a good one. It works. Really, we get judged. I don't know of any situations when I was Commonwealth attorney, and I know you don't either, where I thought the result was unjust one way or the other. I manifestly unjust. Michael Laws, Commonwealth's attorney for the 18th Judicial Circuit. 859-234-1400 is the text line. If you have a question or comment for Mike, he will throw the answer right back at you. It's halftime on Coffee Break. We're going to play a little more Summer of Winning 26. We're going to call our buddies over at Smith Florist Greenhouse in Paris and give away more stuff. Still got to save some L81 for Taylor and Kelsey, though.
Sorrow Home Medical presents It's a Dog's Life.
How much is that dog in the window?
Terry, it's a beautiful day.
You got that right.
Great. I just stepped in dog poo.
That's terrible.
Yeah, but it could have been worse.
How could it have been worse?
I could have been barefooted.
Sorrel Home Medical Equipment, West Pleasant Street in Cynthiana. Go out and make it a good day.
The skies are calling. Introducing Flying Fox, taking flight this spring only at Kentucky Kingdom. Strap in and soar on Kentucky's newest suspended coaster. Flying Fox climbs over 6 stories high, taking you higher, faster, bolder. Bring the whole family to enjoy it all, including the new Discovery Meadow. This summer on the all-new Flying Fox, only at Kentucky Kingdom Theme and Water Park.
The Department for Aging and Independent Living within the Kentucky Cabinet for Health and Family Services wants to promote the Aging Disability Resource Center, a statewide toll-free phone line that provides older adults, individuals with physical disabilities, caregivers, and professionals with information to promote independent living. Call to learn about home-delivered meals, in-home services, respite care, caregiver support, and Medicaid waiver programs to help those age 60 and over. Call 877-925-0037. Kentucky, forward together. Paid for by the Department for Aging and Independent Living, the KBA, and the station.
If you're in the mood for great food, enjoy a friendly staff, and an all-around good time, visit our friends at El Periqueten Mexican Restaurant in the Harrison Square. They offer daily specials along with their famous lunch buffet, and if you haven't been in a while, there are many new menu items that you can check out. And don't forget about those drink specials as well. So make it a point to visit El Periqueten Mexican Restaurant in the Harrison Square, and make sure to like and follow their Facebook page to stay up to date on what's new. Smith's Florists and Greenhouses is your one-stop shop for all of your home and garden needs. Smith's has 3 greenhouses loaded with beautiful flowers and plants. Birthdays, anniversaries, funerals, decorating, or landscaping, Smith's Florists and Greenhouses has you covered for all occasions. With many years of experience, let Smith's turn your thumb green and your home and garden beautiful. Visit Smith's at 700 Old Peacock Road in Paris or call 987-3967 and like them on Facebook.
If you have a comment or a suggestion for an upcoming coffee break program, call 234-1400 or send us a message at the coffee break page on our website at WCYN.com.
Commonwealth's attorney Michael Laws on Coffee Break with us this morning. We're going to put Michael on hold just for a moment because on the phone right now from Smith's Florist and Greenhouse on Peacock Road in Paris, Kentucky, we have David. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
How are you, David? How you doing all right this morning?
Oh, doing great, doing great. Got a little rain out there this morning.
Well, it's stopped out here on Main Street in Cynthiana right now. Is it raining over there at Smith's right now?
It's a little break in the action. It's kind of messing my fishing plans up this afternoon, but that's all right.
What were you going to fish at Stoner Creek or where?
I thought about coming down by you, getting in the river and doing a little bass fishing.
Well, I tell you what, it can be done down here, David. We'll take care of you, buddy.
I know.
Yeah. Now, you know there's a tax on taking bass out of Harrison County. No, I'm just kidding. We won't hit you too hard. How's Crystal this morning? Tell her I said hello.
I will. I definitely will.
Yeah, she put you on the radio today, huh?
Oh, yeah. She's running a little bit behind this morning.
Yeah.
A few errands to do. Mm-hmm.
Anything going on at Smith's? I know there's always something going on, folks. If you want to see a greenhouse, go to this place. But anything you want to tell us about at Smith's going on? Any specials?
Well, we're getting our fall vegetables ready. Here in about another month, they'll be ready for a little bit of fall crop. For those late gardeners, vegetable gardeners want something out that's late.
Yeah.
I'll have a few vegetables there that we can babysit there, and sometimes those are the best, but it takes a little bit more care in the fall of the year.
There you go.
But still got the several different plants out back, and perennials and annuals still looking good, and we'll just keep on rolling through it. So we got the 4th coming up, and So
Yeah.
everybody's got to look good for them, so we'll keep it rolling.
Holiday time. Well, and good fishing to you when you come down here today, okay? Hope you...
Whenever I can break away.
Well, try to get out of there. Catch them not looking and sneak out the back, okay?
Oh, it's just a state of mind. When you get out and you get away from work,
Yeah.
it's a good day.
Clear your mind. Hey, we appreciate you and everyone at Smith's helping us with Summer of Winning 26. Have you got a winner's name for me there?
I do. I have a Miss Debbie Jackson.
Debbie Jackson. Okay. Well, David, I'm going to let you go back and get to work so you can get out there and fish today, okay?
There you go. It sounds like a winner.
There you go.
Nothing else we can always wish and dream, right?
Oh, that's right, buddy. That's right. You take care, my friend, okay?
You too.
Catch your trophy today.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We'll bring that trophy and we'll put it on the Facebook here, okay?
There you go.
There you go. Smith
Thank you,
Florissant
David.
Greenhouse in Paris, folks, they've been doing it for 100 years plus now. And you know how to do it after all that time. But Debbie Jackson, congratulations. And Trent will tell you in his game show persona now what Debbie has won.
Well, Debbie, you've won a 6-pack of LA1 and a jar of LA1 salsa, your choice, sweet or spicy. And $10 to Snappy Tomato Pizza here in Cynthiana, $10 to Tropical Ice here in Cynthiana on Walnut Street. And I got news this morning. Our T-shirts are coming in next week.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And also, Debbie has won 4 tickets to Kentucky Kingdom.
We took pretty good care of Debbie.
We did.
I tell you what, folks, so it's
She's gonna
worth
have,
your
she's
time.
going to have some help carrying all that stuff.
Yeah, that's right. It's worth your time to register for Summer of Winning 26. And
Yes,
once
it is.
again, you do it not only at Smith's Florissant Greenhouse in Paris, but at Snappy Tomato Pizza, printed vinyl for you, Cynthiana's Hardee's, Ewald's Grocery, Tropical Ice, and El Pericoton. I continue to say it correctly this morning. And, hey, as I say, just go in, see them, trade with them before you leave.
Me and Mike will give you a Spanish lesson.
I didn't know you guys were so well-versed in Spanish.
I wouldn't say I'm well-versed. I know
okay.
un pequeño.
You know, it's always interesting when we have to get a translator in court. And I'm always saying, I'm talking, and you got to wait, for the translation to go through. But maybe Trent could be a translator if he, find out just how good he is. Yeah. Can you say guilty or not guilty in Spanish? Yeah, a word that I mentioned a moment ago, I talked about our adversarial system in our justice system in the United States. That's the Western model. The opposite of that, adversarial system, you're innocent until proven guilty. The opposite of that, which prevailed in the world, I guess, in most places before we started our Western civilization and culture, was the inquisitional system, where you're guilty until proven innocent. So that puts the burden on you instead of the state. We do it a little bit differently here, and that's why. And it's good. It's good. But Michael Laws does it routinely, ladies and gentlemen, every single day of his life. He's a Commonwealth's attorney prosecuting felony cases in Harrison, Pendleton, Robertson, and Nicholas counties. He likes it. I know he likes it, and he will continue doing it as long as he can, I'm sure. But before we went to the break, I got on the dope subject, Mike, okay? And when I became Commonwealth's attorney, I don't know how long, 15, 16, 17 years ago, Mike, pills were just everywhere. Pills. And then it went to some other things, and ultimately, unfortunately, ended up with fentanyl, which kills people flat out. Tell us about the drug situation. What are you seeing now in your office? What are you prosecuting? Are we doing better?
I think with the help of like the folks at the Bluegrass Narcotics Task Force and our law enforcement partners, I think we have been able to make a lot of headway in the drug epidemic. Obviously, it's not going to just go away, right? Yeah. But what we can do is we can make sure that folks that are bringing this stuff into our communities are punished and held accountable. And so we're prosecuting folks that are trafficking in methamphetamine and fentanyl, and prosecuting them to the fullest extent of the law. And then likewise on folks that have possessory amounts and things like that, there's also an effort with the court system to get those folks into programs like drug court and substance abuse treatment programs to try and see if we can help them overcome this addiction. And so it's kind of a two-pronged. There's the law enforcement aspect, and then there's the therapeutic aspect. And so we try and use both those methods in order to try and address the drug epidemic.
And part of your obligation as the Commonwealth's attorney, we always used to say the only people that can really mess a case up are the prosecutors. But you do have to have your mind on and concern for making sure that everything's fair on both sides of the fence. Okay, you got double duty there. Yeah, there's a defense lawyer, but you got to make sure that that's done right for a number of reasons. And you got to save people when you can, and that's part of what we do with the things you're talking about. Drug court, I remember people used to think that that was a ticket, a pass, okay? I want to tell you something, folks. Drug court is no treat. That's no bargain at all. And before you can even get in drug court, you've got to qualify for and be probated. Talk a little bit about that issue, Mike. And I know you go to drug court meetings, or James, or you one has to be there for each and every one. Miss Sipple that texted in earlier is generally there from the DPA's office, and one of the people from there. Talk about drug court. And, you know, you've heard me say it before. If I had a low-grade Class D felony and you offered me drug court, I think I'd just soon do the year and get it over with. But talk about that, yeah.
So it's a challenging program, and not everybody is a good fit for drug court. There are certain folks that may be precluded from being in drug court because of their sentence or their offense or something of that nature. There's certain folks that I don't necessarily think are appropriate for drug court. I have always taken a stance that if you're a drug trafficker, we don't put you in drug court. My opinion is only one.
There are other opinions.
There are other opinions in the room other than mine. So, but, you know, like I said,
the circuit judge is there.
The circuit judge is
William Virax
is on the drug court staff on the team. The DPA folks, there's service providers that are on the team. The drug court staff, Kelly and Megan are part of the staff. So, yeah, there's a lot of different opinions and a lot of perspectives in the room. We don't always have the same decision. Ultimately, it's up to the judge to make that determination of whether or not somebody's going to be placed into drug court. But for the folks that can get into the program and successfully complete the program and then stick with it afterwards, it's extremely beneficial.
Yeah.
So,
and really, as a prosecutor, obviously, if someone is in there and they're, you know, accused of obviously a possessory drug offense, it does make us feel good if we can see someone that not only is successfully prosecuted, but in some way, shape, or form maybe lands on their feet and comes out better than they were going in. You know.
Yeah, it's always good to see somebody improve themselves and you know. Do better and fight against this addiction that they have.
Well, and you know, this happened when I was Commonwealth's attorney, and I'm sure it's happened with you, and it happened when we were both working together, Mike. Doesn't happen every day, okay? But it sure is an interesting and good feeling when somebody comes up to you and you look at them and you recognize the face. That's somebody we had in court 4 or 5 years ago, and they come up and say, "Mr. Laws, you know, I didn't think much of you at the time. We've heard this a lot. I did not like you, but I want to thank you because I'm now on my feet. I'm back with my wife and family. I got straightened out, and that's a weird situation. It's happened, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, I've had folks
thank us for prosecuting
that I've sent to prison for lengthy sentences that have said that's what I needed at that point in time in my life. So, but yeah, so we treat everybody with respect in our system. You know, we have to be fair. We're also firm. You know, we make sure that people are held accountable for their actions. But yeah, it is one of the most rewarding jobs I think you can have in the legal system as a Commonwealth's attorney, as an assistant Commonwealth's attorney.
Yeah.
So
I think we're getting ready to go into the fourth quarter, Mike. Thanks for coming in on short notice, really.
It's my pleasure, always.
I told Trent, I came in this morning, I said, who's on? Trent said, well, we had a change in schedule. I called Michael Laws. And I said, did he say he would come on? Because I've aggravated him for 3 days. He hadn't seen me. But pretty much I stayed out of your way for a year and a half. And as I said earlier, Michael was helping me with the computer and tech aspect of keeping my license to practice law alive with COE. And I was in, as you know, in seminar Wednesday. And so I'm still dangerous, Mike, you know. Hey, we just got about 10 minutes left. If you got a question or comment, get it in. 859-234-1400 is the text line. And Michael, if you got something on your mind you want to talk about, you think of that, and we'll do it right after this.
The team at Hinton Mills loves dogs, ours and yours. Our popular Farm Dog Friday promotion is going on each Friday in June. We hope you'll participate by posting a picture of your farm dog in the comments of our weekly Farm Dog Friday Facebook post. You'll have the opportunity to vote for your favorite farm dogs by liking those pictures. The winner each week will win a free bag of dog food. We look forward to celebrating farm dogs the entire month of June. And remember to see Hinton Mills for the dog food your dogs love and the prices you appreciate.
Hi, this is Renee Collins-Cobb, host of Overtones Live on WCYN, 101.3 FM, 1400 AM in Cynthiana, Kentucky. Each week, we close our show with this Goodwin Brothers song, Everyday Thing. And we hope by tuning into our show, you will make Overtones Live and WCYN your everyday thing. Each and every day, we are all working in concert with our outstanding guests, who are musicians, songwriters, music educators, and music businesses, to bring you the best this Appalachian region of our country has to offer its listeners on WCYN. So each week, tune into Overtones Live on Sunday nights at 7 p.m. and make the show your everyday thing on WCYN.
Everyday thing.
24/7, I crave the 8, cause the ale never fails, I can't wait. The Papa Top on one, so don't hesitate. You gotta go full throttle for the green glass bottle. Papa Top on fun. Grab an ale 8-1. Gotta grab the one. Drink an ale 8-1. Papa Top on fun. Grab an ale 8-1. Gotta grab the one.
If you have a comment or a suggestion for an upcoming coffee break program, call 234-1400 or send us a message at the coffee break page on our website at WCYN.com.
You know, I got so excited talking to David at Smith Florissant Greenhouse during halftime, I forgot to tell you that the City Buzz magazine
I
time.
did too. I didn't even catch it.
Well, hey, we're both losing it there, Trent. 8:47 a.m. is what the time is now. July the 1st, that's next week, believe it or not.
That it is.
It's The Odd Couple at Movies or Medicine Matinee Series at the Rouse Theater. If you're 60 or older, you get in free. You get popcorn and a drink free. If you're 60 or young, or if you're 59 or younger, $5 is all it costs you, and that's cool. And that's the original Odd Couple movie that the TV show and all that was based on. It was a good Neil Simon bit, really good stuff. I always like Neil Simon stuff. Also, want to remind you that, hey, we're enjoying Nate's Coffee here once again on Coffee Break. And you can get your own bag at, hey, the place where we get it, and we appreciate getting it from them. That is the Main Cup on Main Street, right beside the Presbyterian Church. And, you know, Michael Laws, Commonwealth's attorney in the 18th Judicial Circuit, is with us this morning. And we did have a text here, Mike.
Yeah.
I wanted to throw this at you. And by the way, if you got a text, get it in quick, 859-234-1400. We're about done here today. But, you know, the text is, how many cases on average does Mike's office usually have? And I'm going to let you answer that. But, I've been doing this somewhat a few years before you, Mike, and I remember in the day, and I don't mean this, this is not any assessment or criticism, good or bad. It's just the way things are and the way society is. But I remember when I started practicing law, and Larry Tucker was the Commonwealth's attorney, and then right soon after him, Jack took over. Jack was his assistant. If they would have a grand jury over here in Harrison County and have 2 or 3 indictments, that was a big day, and even less in the other 3 counties. Now that increased a little bit, and Jack, he handled everything that come to him. Okay. Then I became Commonwealth's attorney, and it wasn't because I did anything or failed to do anything, but exponentially, mainly due to the pills and the drug stuff that we had days over here where we indicted 60 people, didn't we, Mike, in Harrison County? I know one day we kept the grand jury till like 4 o'clock. It was 50 or 60 people, and the numbers just got bigger and bigger in all the counties. Pendleton County exploded, and not just the drug cases, but everything. And I don't know what that says about our society, but it's still that way, isn't it, Mike? And so I will throw the question to you from the text store. How many cases on average does Mike's office usually have?
So I'd say if you averaged out, I've been doing this almost 20 years now, especially trending towards the more recent years, we've got a 4-county circuit, so Harrison, Nicholas, Pendleton, and Robertson counties. Between those 4 counties, we may have around 400 new indictments in a year's time.
Sure.
And so
that's right, Trent. Yes, sir, baby.
That's 400 new felony cases.
That's why I look the way I do.
And that doesn't include folks that have violated the terms of their probation and have come back on probation violations.
That's another 600.
So probably at least for every new case that we probably have at least a case that comes back on a probation violation where they've committed new offenses or tested dirty or otherwise violated the terms of their probation. So
you're looking at like 30 to 40 a month.
Oh, every bit of that. Yeah.
Yeah, so that would be new cases, and then the existing cases that we have. So we've had dockets in Harrison County that have been, 100 cases long. Now I will say that those have lightened up here recently, but
they're scared of you.
I don't know. Oh, yeah. But yeah, so about 400 new cases each year. Some years more, some years less. And like I said, that doesn't include the folks that come back for violations that we have to, prosecute probation violations.
And for each one of those cases, Trent, when the case comes to Mike's office, either from district court or a direct presentation where the law enforcement brings it in, first he's got to screen the case with the officers and get every single point down.
Whew.
And he's good at that. He's just thorough. Mike was thorough to the point of aggravation. He's also honest to the point of aggravation. But he got to go through that with each officer on each case, then get the case ready to present to the grand jury, and then go from there with discovery and all that. And, I mean, you're talking about hours on each one of these several hundred cases.
That was going to be my next thing is, like, I know you probably can't quantify it, but just the hours that you put in per week or per month, or
it's as much as you have to.
It's not a 9-to-5 job.
Sure.
It's not a 40-hour-a-week job. If you talk to my wife or my daughter, sometimes, much to their dismay, they'll tell you about taking phone calls at family functions and in the middle of the night for search warrants and things like that. So
I will say this: when Mike was working with me, even I was the Commonwealth's attorney, he was the assistant. So theoretically, I guess, he was my charge to a certain extent. The only thing that I didn't ask him to do much because he did it on his own, but the only thing that I ever asked Mike to do that he refused, and I asked him several times, Laws, go home. It's late. Go home, Laws. It's late. And it's the only thing he ever refused me on. I couldn't get him to go home when I wanted him to. He just kept working. But that's what you got to do, isn't it? Yeah.
The work doesn't stop. Yeah. So I can't, you can't just tell a police officer if they call you at 3 o'clock in the morning, I can't take your call right now. I'm too sleepy or don't have time. So it's it's something that you have to make a commitment to, and you have to put in the time. So.
I want to get personal with you for a moment, okay?
Okay.
Your lovely wife Tara, and
yes, sir.
Nomi's going to be famous. I had the basketball coach on.
Uh-huh.
Now I call her Nomi. Her name is Naomi.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
but so that's what her friends and do they still call her Nomi, or is that something?
Yeah.
Okay. But she plays on. She's a Harrison County basketball Philly, and I know you're proud of her.
Yes.
Is she going to be a junior this year?
She will be.
That is. I watched that kid grow up.
Yep.
That is unbelievable. I saw her in a store not too long ago, and I had to do a double take.
Mm-hmm.
She said, hollered at me, and I looked over. I said, "Is that Nomi?" And a very important member of your family is Blue the dog, right?
Yep.
I have to know how Blue is. Blue is Mike wanted a good-sized dog, Trent, so he got a Great Dane.
That's
and
as
it's a
big as they
beautiful
come.
dog. Yeah, how's Blue doing?
She's doing well. She's 8 years old. I did have to take her to see Dr. Rice yesterday. She was a little under the weather, but got her some medicine, and I think she's going to be on the mend. So, but appreciate the folks out there for taking care of her.
Nice to get her taken care of.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, she's doing well. Moving a little bit slower these days since she's 8 years old. It's relatively old for a Great Dane.
Those bigger dogs when they get to that age, it's just they're big. That's tough on their joints. And stuff
hearts
like that.
and everything else. So
Blue used to come in and see me at the office. Trent. Blue would just walk in. His head was just right over the desk. Good night. Is that a dog?
The other thing I was going to ask Mike, with all these hours and other activities with Naomi and your wife, do you still get time to do your hikes?
So I haven't been able to go in a little bit, and I'm wanting to fix that.
I thought
here.
I told you to quit that. This is what we'd have a trial or something coming up, and Mike, basically we really did do pretty much everything together, and he'd go out on the weekend and send me a picture of him hanging from a rock face of a rock cliff over in the gorge somewhere. By the way, somebody got bit by a copperhead over there. I saw on the internet.
I wouldn't doubt it. I've encountered them.
And I said, Laws, quit doing that. If you call me up from Moorhead in a body cast, what am I going to do? But no, he's good at it. Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you, Mike. Talk about your experience.
No, I enjoy. I love going down to the gorge. I'm going to try and get back down there, at some point in time soon. I think the last time I went down there was with Naomi, and we hiked to Gray's Arch, which is a nice little hike. But I enjoy going down there. It's a good place to decompress and kind of recharge your batteries, and it's nothing like getting out in nature and hiking. I think November is the last time that I was down there, so I would like to get back down there sometime soon. So
now I want to fix things so that Tara has to send me a check here, okay? And I meant to mention this, but your wife Tara is got her own concern now on Walnut Street. Tell us about that real quick. She'd be upset with us if we didn't give her a little free advertising, right? Yeah.
So yeah, my wife Tara Farrar, she has a shop, a studio down on Walnut Street, Emerald Studio. She does permanent makeup and she does aesthetics. So everything from she will do like permanent eyebrows and eyeliner and things like that, and then she also does facials and all sorts of skin treatments, and they do
mani-pedis.
They don't do the manicures and pedicures.
I just like saying mani-pedis.
Yeah, well, I could understand that. But yeah, so she does wonderful work down there. I'm really super proud of her and her entrepreneurial spirit, and so she's down there working hard today. So
I asked her if she could help me do a little work for me, and she just kind of looked at me like I'm not a miracle worker. By the way, as Jennifer Terhune, has she gotten over the emotional loss that she expressed, when I left?
she's
the crying,
doing as well as can be expected.
She doesn't cry every day now.
Yeah.
Well, you tell her that I miss her too, and Sheila. I do miss working with you guys, folks. If you see Michael Laws. Or any of the members of our Commonwealth Attorney's Office, pat them on the back and support them. It is hard work, and they're doing one hell of a job. I'll guarantee you that, because I know what they do. I saw it and watched it for 15, 16, 17 years. Was part of it and proud to have been a part of it, but I'm very, very proud of the office and whatever legacy I left. And But tell Jenny that, I'll stop by and see her. I know she's tore up about it.
Will do.
Hey, that's the coffee break for today. Thank you, Michael Laws.
Mike, thanks so much for coming
Thank
in.
you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Anything else, Trent?
No, sir.
Think they ought to keep living with us on the air in Cynthiana? What do you think about that?
Sounds like a great idea. Thank you very much, Doug. Thank you, folks, for listening today. Today's show has been brought to you by Cockrell's Auto Center, Sorrel Home Medical Equipment, Hinton Mills, Smith's Florist and Greenhouse, El Periquita Mexican Restaurant, and Ewalt's Grocery.
The views and opinions expressed during today's show have been those of the guest and host and are not necessarily those of the WCYN staff, management, or advertisers.
Since 1956, your local hometown station and the home of the Breads and Phillies.